Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Trove flipping series. In the last video, we flipped Sticky Ichor, which actually turned out to be a pretty bad item. It had been a while since we've seen a bad item, but it only made around 26k, and that was overnight. I wasn't able to sell a single Sticky Ichor within an hour, and if you can't sell anything within an hour, that means it's a pretty bad item because you could just be doing something else for hours instead of waiting for only 26k overnight. Today, we have a very good item. Once again, we keep running into these very good items, and that was Crystallized Clouds. Now, I did start out with around 416k Flux, which seemed like it was just enough to be able to flip the massive market of Crystallized Clouds, and I was actually surprised that it was actually this good of an item. You'll see here in a minute. So they started out at 2 Flux each, and I raised the price from 2 Flux each to 2.8 Flux each, so a 40% price or profit margin, which is a very good profit margin, which is why I was surprised that this item worked out so well, because there's millions on the market. I purchased around 200,000 Crystallized Clouds within an hour. I obviously wasn't able to sell all of them within an hour. I had to wait overnight for the rest, but they did move within the hour. I was so surprised that such a oversaturated market was able to sell anything. I was only able to sell stacks of 1,000 though. Around 1,000, if I had an odd stack like 1,200 or 1,400, those would sell too, but anything below 2,000 basically was actually selling pretty frequently, and I was very surprised. Like I said, there's not many uses that the average player would get out of Crystallized Clouds, and again, they are oversaturated, so I would have just thought that everyone just has thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of Crystallized Clouds already. So this is why I like this series, because a lot of people get confused why I do some bad markets, some good markets, do markets that aren't the best, because I'm checking out all the items. I would have never thought that Crystallized Clouds would have been so good if I didn't do this series, which is why this series exists. I could have been a million Flux a long time ago. Trust me, you can do that within a day through manipulation. It's very simple, but this series is about checking out all items, seeing what items are good, the best, and the worst. And I'm glad that we ran into Crystallized Clouds, because within the hour I was able to make 72,000 Flux profit. A very large profit. I went from 416k to around 488,000 Flux. Again, I did have to wait overnight for the rest to sell. I don't know exactly how much I made within the hour, because, you know, you're constantly flipping when you're manipulating, so it's really hard to tell how much you made within only the hour. But from the hour's worth of purchases, I did make 72,000 Flux, which is the second best item so far. The first best item was Eyes of Cthulhu, but again, that was an overnighter, so you're only making 80k Flux over 8 hours. This is 72,000 around an hour, so definitely a really good item. The next item down from that was Shapestone, so this was even... Crystallized Clouds turned out to be better than Shapestone for myself. Again, these are my results, so once I talk about it, the market's going to get a little oversaturated and a little bit more competitive, but for my results, 72k is quite a bit of Flux per hour. I did have 416k, which I think... I saved around 100k. I could have raised them to 3 Flux each, which would have been a very good profit, you know, 50% profit margin, but I only had enough to raise from 2 Flux each to 2.8. So if you have more Flux, you can make more profit. If you're less Flux, you might not even be able to touch this market because it's so oversaturated. Like I said, I had to sell 200,000. That's a lot of stacks that I had to get rid of. But like I said, we end off at 488,000 Flux, just about halfway through the series. Again, that's not exactly what the series is about, but we are halfway to our initial goal, and that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button plus the bell next to it to be notified whenever I upload a video. If you would like to further support the channel, make sure to check out my Humble Bundle affiliate links in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.